outside. What day is it? I'm assuming by looking out there at the crap weather I can remember what day it is. It's Wednesday, I believe. Wednesday the 5th of October. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Let's have a little gander. Yes, the 5th of October. So, let's get into today's video. Now, I realise this channel was, the majority of the content on here was football related, and maybe I've let you all down a little bit. We haven't done much football content lately, have we? I'm going to correct that today. Today I will be starting a series, yes, a series of videos, all football related videos. Don't get wrong, I still have a lot of other content to put out that is not football related, but this series will be football. Or if you are across the pond, I mean it's a pretty big bloody pond, isn't it? The sea that separates us and America. But if you are over there in the land of the Americans, then it will be soccer. Not football, but soccer. Such an odd word. Anyway, today, number one of this series of videos. Oh, sorry, I got itchy nose. We're going to be going through individual football clubs and their highest ever transfer fees paid for players. However, this ends up being like a top 10 or a top 20, I don't know. If you want any of this information yourself, there is a great website that I found a couple of years ago when doing videos for this channel. It's called transfermarket.co.uk. Market doesn't have an E in it, so it's Mark, like M-A-R-K-T. So transfermarket.co.uk is a great website. So much information about transfers and your football clubs. So much knowledge on there. So that's where I get my information from today. We also have a coffee, the second of the day. It's only 10 to 9. Ah, lovely jubbly. Okay. As you can see in the title, and if you've not read the title, just clicked on here straight away. Episode 1, or video number 1, will be on Real Madrid. Yes, Real Madrid. The Giants of Spain. Now, when I was younger, I remember talking. Bloody hell, I'm old now. But about 20 years ago, it was just maybe a little bit more than 20 years ago, it was just a given that Real Madrid would go out and sign a Galactico. Unfortunately, once or twice it was players from my club, but as a young lad, it was very exciting to see this Real Madrid team come together. It's like the original one with Ronaldo, the Brazilian Ronaldo, Zidane, David Beckham, Luis Figo, Roberto Carlos. What a team! It was amazing. These days they're still signing players for a lot of money, but not as regular, and maybe not the stars that they would have signed in the past. Like this summer, it's a given that in the past Real Madrid would have gone out and got Haaland or Mbappe. When the Mbappe deal fell through in the past, they'd have got Erling Haaland, and I can't believe they didn't. But now, they're still showing the Mbappe deal that fell through, and they just changed their ways a little bit, haven't they? The way they do business over the years, which is interesting. Unlike Barcelona, who continue to spend money they didn't have, and look at the state they're going to. So let's get into the Real Madrid transfers. We will start. I mean, there are some massive flops in here for the money they've spent. I mean, don't get me wrong, the first 6 or 3, 6, the first 7. There's only one, maybe 2 flops. So let's get into it. The biggest, well, the first name on this list has been a flop, hasn't he? Eden Hazard. I forget he's only 28. This lad is 28 years old. He seems to have been around forever. Like, honestly, in my head I'm thinking he's like 32. But he signed in the 2019-20 season for £103.5 million. Wow. He joined from Chelsea, and this lad has been a massive flop. I don't watch Real Madrid week in, week out, but I watch and see and hear enough about them to know that he rarely plays. He's had a lot of injury problems. When he has been fit, he's not been the Hazard that they expected to get. And he cost them over £100 million. Second on the list is Garth Bale. Okay, I've just realised I've made a mistake here. He signed, so I honestly thought he was 28 then for a minute, Hazard, and then I got onto Bale's and it said his age was 24. Then Ronaldo 24. I was like, right, something's wrong. It turns out Hazard was 28 when he signed for Real. So by now he's like in his early 30s. Makes more sense. Gareth Bale, 2013-14 season, signed from Spurs for 90.9 million, just under 91 million. In my opinion, although he went a bit tits up with Gareth Bale, the fans turned on him a bit. He had the whole flag with Wales Golf Chip Shop, Real Madrid, or whatever he said on there. He did win them. Well, I say he won them. He scored a couple of big goals in Champions League finals, didn't he? He did give them a lot of good goals and good times. So I think he repaid his transfer fee, to be fair. Unlike Hazard. Third on our list is obviously the great Cristiano Ronaldo, who signed in the 2009-10 season for 84.6 million. You have to ask yourself the way his career has panned out since leaving there. Like his time at Juventus and now Man United. Does he wish he just stayed at Real Madrid? I reckon so. Because he's hardly been a success, has he? I'm not sure if he won a title at Juve. He probably did, I think. We can find out, because it'll tell us on here. It should tell us on here anyway. I mean, I'm pretty sure they won the title whilst he was at Juve. Where are you hiding, you bugger? Okay. Right, that's not going to tell us. Either way, fill it in the comments. I'm almost certainly won a title with Juve. But at the same time, if he'd stayed at Real Madrid, he'd continued there, wouldn't he? But he's obviously not a flop for Real Madrid for what they spent on him. He repaid that and then the same amount 10 times over easily. Don't you just hate it when you press something on your phone and you go too far the wrong way? And now I'm left to find where I was up to. at least. There's a lot of pressure on this lad, to be fair. This I'm going to try and get his name right. He signed this summer, just gone, and it's Aurelian Tchouameni. I think that's how you say it. He's probably still 22, or maybe 23 in the last month or two, but he's 22. He signed in the summer. 72 million. Signed from Monaco, the French international did. And you gotta like what they're doing there. Like Real, they've had the same midfield, give or take, for a lot of years now, and that being Madrid, Cruz, Casimiro is now at United and can't get a game. Weirdly, that's so odd. Ten Hag has this great midfielder and just won't pick him. That's really, really weird for me. But yeah, so Tchouameni signed for Real from Monaco, and along with the other midfielder they have, Camavinga. I think they're definitely getting ready, obviously, for life after your. I'm just looking for Camavinga. Is he even on here? For some reason, he's not on the. What? That's a bit odd, isn't it? I mean, how much did they pay for Camavinga? Is it Camavinga? What's his name? The other midfielder. Yeah. Strange. Next we have. I've actually lost it. Where we was up to now? Bloody ambulance went past. Next we have Zinedine Zidane, one of the best midfielders to ever walk the earth, really, isn't he? He managed to mess up his last game for France. Is bonkers. So if you remember, it's when they won the World Cup, was it? Did they win the World Cup or the Euros? Or it was the final anyway, I don't think they won it. And it's against Italy. And he got into that confrontation with Materazzi, the former Everton player, and got sent off. Absolute bloody crazy. But yeah, he came in at 69.7 million. Number 6 we have James. So there's another flop for you. He was 23. He had that great World Cup with Colombia, and that was literally all it was, a great World Cup with Colombia. Scored a lot of goals in the World Cup. Got a big money move to Real Madrid for 67 million from Monaco, and never lived up to it at all. Ended up about a season ago at Everton, before being shifted on from Everton to, I think it's over in Qatar or somewhere now. Apologies. My buddy here. Then we have Kaká, AC Milan's Kaká, who went for 60.3, another flop, if we're honest about it. Kaká's best days were at AC Milan. And once he left AC Milan, I mean, there was rumours he was going to Chelsea. And then Chelsea messed up by releasing a shirt with Kaká's name on, and then all of a sudden the deal was off. But he was, once he got moved to Real Madrid, his career just went straight down the pan. Another one here, signed from Eintracht Frankfurt, Luka Jovic, 56.7 million. He couldn't stop scoring for Eintracht. Got the move to Real Madrid. Never heard of him. It did not work out. I think he's still a Real Madrid player now. I know he went back on loan, I think, to Frankfurt last season. Well, his career's broken. He's going to re-find his feet. Then we have Luis Figo. When he moved from Barcelona to Real Madrid, there was uproar when they took on Barcelona. The first time Real Madrid took Barcelona on after that move, the Barcelona fans threw pigs' heads at Luis Figo onto the pitch. Not even joking, that's a fact. Eder Militao, who is still there now, signed from Porto respect to, because he's, been quite a success. Ferland Mendy, the left back, signed for Lyon, 43.2 million. I think he's like their first choice left back, isn't he? At Real Madrid currently. Mix up the back four with David Alaba, Militao. I think he still wants his name at right back, isn't it? The one who's been there for like 50 years, whose name escapes me. I mean, he's done pretty well to still be the first choice right back at Real Madrid. Bloody hell. Guys, I had to finish this video at a late day. I've got to go and do something. But I'll finish it and get out to you. Take it easy. Hey there, guys. We're back. If you're watching the video, it'll be like I've never been gone. But in fact, this is 24 hours later than when I first started. Weird how that works, isn't it? Anyway, we're back to continue this video in a moment. Let's sort this out. Otherwise it's going to make a racket on the microphone. Hopefully that's better. Yeah, so this is the Real Madrid record arrivals video. What's going on here? Bear with me, everybody. Yes, this is Real Madrid's record signings. As I said, we're going to cover these over a few videos, different clubs. Yesterday we got up to, let me scroll back through, Ferland Mendy, I believe, was the last player we talked about. Now, with number 12, we have Rodrigo. On my pad, we haven't actually spoken about the clubs some of these players are signed from. So let's just go back to Luis Figo. So when I was a young lad, when Figo joined Real Madrid, this was massive. They had Zidane, they had Beckham. I don't know if Beckham was there when Figo joined or afterwards, I'm not sure. You had Brazilian Ronaldo. At the back there, Roberto Carlos, Hierro. I think Hierro was still there at the time. The right back was, for a while anyway, Roberto Soldado. It was just a great side. Claude Michaelelli for a little bit. But yeah, Luis Figo signed from Barcelona, and there was uproar. He had big sets thrown at him on the pitch and all sorts of silliness from the Barcelona fans who were just that angry that he would leave them for Real Madrid. Especially after earlier on in his career he was against all that Galactico stuff, and then he just upped and left. But yeah, great player. I think it's fair to say, I don't know if Real Madrid got the better years of him or Barcelona, I'm not sure. But he signed from Barca. Eder Militao signed from Porto. Ferland Mendy signed for 43.2 million from Lyon. He is the left back. Yeah, Ferland Mendy signed from Lyon. Then we have Rodrigo, who signed when he was 18, the Brazilian winger did. He signed from Santos FC for, how much did he sign for? 40.5 million. These are all pounds, by the way, guys. It's not euros. It is all pounds. Bear with. Next we have Vinicius Junior. Now both of these last two, so Rodrigo and Vinicius, are both currently at Real Madrid still, and Ferland Mendy obviously, and Eder Militao. So the last few players are still at Real Madrid. We have Vinicius Junior, plays on the left wing, signed from, which Brazilian team did he sign from? Flamengo. So costing them 40.5 million. He signed when he was 18. I think he took a couple of seasons to get settled. He signed in the 2018-19 season. It's been there a few seasons now, and now you've seen the best of him. Number 14, we have Brazilian Ronaldo. That is the Brazilian Ronaldo. In 02-03, he cost them 40.5 million. Just put that into context. When you have Vinicius Jr. in how many years later? About 16 years later. Vinicius Jr. 16 years later cost the same amount as Ronaldo did 16 years earlier. That just goes to show how much money that deal was back then. Then we have Mateo Kovacic, the Chelsea midfielder, who was at Real Madrid previously. And Ronaldo actually signed from Inter when he signed for Real Madrid. Kovacic signed from, where did he sign from? Inter Milan also, okay. Let me look. Okay, so, yeah, they caught me out a little bit then because the two badges for Inter from Ronaldo's time and Kovacic's time are slightly different. Just have to double check that. Both signed from Inter Milan. Number 16, David Beckham. Signed in 03-04 for 33.7 million. That was a massive deal back then. When you consider Ronaldo, Brazilian, had gone for 40.5 million. For us to then get 33.7 million for Beckham was a lot of money back in 03-04. Then we have Thibaut Courtois, the Belgian goalkeeper, my bad, signed from Chelsea for 31.5 million. Don't think he was a massive success early on, but his form as of late, I watched him Champions League final last season and whatnot, it's really picked up. It's a Champions League final. Things go by that quick. I can't remember who's in the final now. I remember the game against City, where City thought they had it in Real Madrid, turned it around. We have Luka Modric, number 18. He's had in 2012-13 for 31.5 million from Spurs. Karim Benzema, for the longevity they've got from Benzema, they signed him in 2009-10 from Olympique Lyon for 31.5 million. He's still going strong now. To wait and see. Ian Robben in the 07-08 season, 31.5 million. Signed from Chelsea. So Bog with Robben, so they caught us out a few times, once or twice wasn't a bad thing. But when Abramovich came into Chelsea, there was at least 3 or 4 players, 5 players of his time that I know United wanted. We all know they wanted them, and they picked Chelsea. And a couple was very close to getting. These players were Damien Duff. Fergie wanted Duff to take over from Ryan Giggs on the left wing. Around about then, Giggsy moved into midfield from the left wing. Duff picked Chelsea. There was talks between United and Blackburn. He'd picked Chelsea. Michael Essien, from what I read at the time, United wanted him. He picked Chelsea. John Obi Mikel was apparently going to United. He ended up at Chelsea. I think we even had a deal done for him, and Chelsea paid out his contract or something weird like that. I'm not really disappointed in that one, in all honesty. Eden Hazard, we wanted him, he went to Chelsea. And who was the other one? I just said there was 5. What did I say? 5. Obi Mikel, Essien, Duff, Hazard, and who was we just talking about? Robin, did I mention Robin? He was another one United apparently wanted, but he chose Chelsea also. Bit frustrating. Next, in number 21, we're going to 25 here, guys. At 21, we have Nicholas Anelka. When he signed for Real from Arsenal, it was a big deal. There wasn't a lot, 31.5 million was fairly big. This was back in '99, pre-David Beckham, and pre-Ronaldo. Brazilian Ronaldo wasn't at Real Madrid at this point when Anelka signed, and I don't think he really settled in. He was soon on the move. I think he went to PSG from Real Madrid. I'm sure he did. But yeah, 31.5 million. Then we have Xabi Alonso, signed from Liverpool for 31 million in 2009 to 2010. Angel Di Maria signed from, I want to say Lazio. Let me check. No, I never thought he went. I never thought he played for Lazio, but the badge, I thought it was a Lazio badge. It was actually Benfica. My bad. Yeah, he signed when he was 22 in the 2010-11 season for 29.7 million. And then we have a right back, Alvaro Odriozola, signed from Sociedad for 28.8 million. I'm not sure if he's still there or not at the minute. And then we have Azia Illaramendi, signed for 28.8 million also from Sociedad back in 2013-14 season. Yeah, Sociedad have a habit of getting good money for their players, because a lot of them are like homegrown players, and they're able to get decent money from the bigger clubs in Spain for those players over the years. But guys, we'll continue this. We'll do a top 50. I'll do a part 2 to this video. We'll do the next 25 in the next video. Next 25 players signed by Real Madrid are the biggest signings. Take it easy, guys. I'll see you again very soon. Hit that thumbs up and